Hey, how's it going everyone? Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon GO video. I hope your day is going fantastically well, and let's get right into it. So Niantic released all the details for the upcoming December Community Day, and I have to tell you I'm really excited about this one. There are certainly going to be some pay-to-win and pay-to-play mechanics, but I still think there's a lot of cool things with this event that needs to be discussed, and I really want to do that here. But first, let's go over the details for this event because there's definitely a couple of things you will want to pay attention to. December Community Day 2024 is going to be happening on Saturday, December 21st until Sunday, December 22nd, and each day it's going to be going from 2 o'clock p.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. local time. The featured Pokemon for this Community Day is of course going to be every single Community Day Pokemon that we had this year. These include Mankey, Bellsprout, Ponyta, Galarian Ponyta, Chansey, Sewaddle, Tynamo, Goomy, Rowlet, Litten, Popplio, and Bounsweet. Now, we're not going to have every single one of these featured Pokemon on both days. Each day is going to have its own pool of Pokemon. On Saturday, December 21st, you're going to see a whole bunch of Bellsprout, Chansey, Goomy, Rowlet, Litten, and Bounsweet during the event hours. And then on Sunday, you're going to see an influx of Mankey, Ponyta, Galarian Ponyta, Sewaddle, Tynamo, and Popplio. If there's a particular Community Day Pokemon that you want, make sure you pay attention to what days they're going to be spawning at, because they're not going to be on the day that they're not assigned to. This is very typical for December Community Days, and it seems like Niantic is not changing up anything, so if you have done a December Community Day before, it's basically going to work out the same way. Now, for the last 10 minutes of each hour between 2 o'clock p.m. and 5 o'clock p.m. local time on both days, you're going to see an influx of the Community Day Classic Pokemon. These include Porygon, Cyndaquil, Bagon, and Beldum. Now, also keep in mind that since this is a Community Day, you're going to get yourself exclusive moves when you evolve certain Pokemon. And it's not just any Pokemon that had a Community Day this year, but also Pokemon that had a Community Day last year. This includes Poliwrath getting the Fast Attack counter, Politoed getting the Charge Attack Ice Beam, Victreebel getting the Fast Attack Magical Leaf, Rapidash and Galarian Rapidash getting Wild Charge, Slowbro, Galarian Slowbro, Slowking, and Galarian Slowking getting the move Surf, Typhlosion getting Blast Burn, Blissey getting Wild Charge, Togekiss getting Aura Sphere, Quagsire getting Aqua Tail, Salamence getting Outrage, Metagross getting Meteor Mash, Porygon Z getting Tri-Attack, Conkeldurr getting Brutal Swing, Leavanny getting Shadow Claw, Electros getting Volt Switch, Haxorus getting Breaking Swipe, Chestnut getting Frenzy Plant, Delphox getting Blast Burn, Greninja getting Hydro Cannon, Goodra getting Thunder Punch, Noivern getting Boom Burst, Decidueye getting Frenzy Plant, Incineroar getting Blast Burn, Primarina getting Hydro Cannon, Vikavolt and Charjabug getting Volt Switch, Serena getting Jump Kick, Annihilate getting Rage Fist, and Clodsire getting Mega Horn. If you want any of these Pokemon with these particular moves, make sure you evolve them during these Community Day hours. That's how you're going to be able to get those exclusive moves. There's also going to be a timed research during these events, and it's going to give you a Rainy Lure module and Anuva stones, and that's pretty important because you do need both these items in order to evolve some of the Community Day Pokemon. Now, during the event hours, we're going to have the following event bonuses. You're going to get double the amount of candy whenever you catch Pokemon, you're going to get double the amount of experience when you catch Pokemon, and then you're also going to get double the chance at getting Candy XL, and you're going to get double Stardust for every Pokemon you catch. Any egg that you place in incubators is going to have a half-hatch distance, and lure modules and incense are going to last for 3 hours. You're going to get one additional special trade, and then you're going to have a 50% reduced cost for every trade that you do. These are basically all of the various Community Day bonuses, but they're all going to be happening on the same day. So that's actually pretty massive, especially because some of these bonuses are really good for the average Pokemon GO player. Like getting double experience is really good if you're still leveling up your trainer level, and double Stardust is all around going to be one of the most useful bonuses, especially because there's just going to be so many Pokemon that are going to be spawning. And then finally, this is going to be unique and brand new to this year's Community Day. You're going to have a special research that's actually going to award you with Community Day Pokemon with special backgrounds. This is of course going to be something you will need to purchase, so swing by the web store or the in-game shop for this particular ticket. Now, if you do not want to make this purchase, you could also get those special background Pokemon through field research tasks, but it's going to require a lot of grinding. And then finally, there's going to be a timed research that's going to be available for everyone that's also going to award these Pokemon with special backgrounds. There's basically going to be one paid method for getting special background Pokemon, but also 2 free-to-play methods for getting these Pokemon, and I actually think that's pretty cool. Alright, so what are my thoughts regarding this event? Well, first and foremost, I think this year's pool of Community Day Pokemon was actually really good. On top of getting some really solid starters, we have some special Pokemon like Chansey and Gloomy. I think those Pokemon are definitely well worth you grinding it out for this particular Community Day, and I do think it's going to be a really good time. Now, I want to talk about those Pokemon with special backgrounds. I know a lot of players are complaining that the only way to get these Pokemon is going to be through sheer grinding of field research tasks or buying that special research ticket. But I want to at least point out the fact that there is a free-to-play method for getting these special Pokemon, and that is something that can't be understated. For the last couple of events, it seems like Niantic has been constantly including a whole bunch of pay-to-win and pay-to-play mechanics, and I think it's a bit of a breath of fresh air that Niantic is also including a method for you to get these special Pokemon just playing the game. And yes, it's going to be incredibly grindy. I do think that when they say that it's going to be a small chance of you getting one of these special Pokemon from field research tasks, they're pretty much telling the truth. That seems to be the way that they go, but I also like the fact that they're giving us that option. That's something that I've been wanting for Pokemon Go. If they're going to be offering certain Pokemon, or if they're going to be offering certain shinies through a premium purchase, at least give players some option to get those things free to play. It's just going to be a lot more grindy, and I'm totally okay with that. I think that's pretty natural when it comes to a mobile game, and it's something that Pokemon Go needs to have more of. I mean, for the last couple of events, like I've said, they've added so many special research tickets and they've added so many Pokemon through premium methods, like you have to raid for them or you have to hatch eggs for them, that I really wish that they would include them in the wild as a super rare spawn. I think that would just go over a lot better with the Pokemon Go community, and it would definitely produce some long-term health for Pokemon Go. I think for Niantic to go down this path of having so many pay-to-win mechanics, it's not going to be healthy for the game long-term. But if they were to do stuff like this, where they would have it as a premium purchase, but also give you the option to get it for free just with a lot of grind, I think that's totally fine, and I think Niantic needs to do that a lot more. So yeah, my opinion is, I think there is some merit for people to be negative about this Community Classic, but at the same time, I think there's so many more positives with it. I think they definitely outweigh all the negatives. The fact that they're giving out special Pokemon free to play, and then also the pool of Community Day Pokemon is really good this year. I think this is one you will want to pay attention to. I actually think this year's December Community Day is one worth grinding, and I think it's going to be a really good time. But that's just my own personal opinions on this whole thing. Obviously, some people within the community is going to disagree with me, and I think that's totally okay, because when it comes to Pokemon Go, it is totally subjective how you feel towards it. It is something that I know a lot of players have seen very, very negatively, like they just feel a lot of frustration because of a lot of the decisions that Niantic have made. But ultimately, there's going to be some people who are totally okay with a lot of those decisions, and I think that's really cool. So yeah, let's have a great discussion in the comments. If you have a certain feeling towards this Community Day and you want to share it, make sure you do so in the comments below, and yeah, hopefully we can have a great discussion. I'm sure there's going to be a plethora of different opinions. It seems like that's been the thing with my channel for the last couple of days. Every time I post something controversial, it seems like the detractors are always showing up, so yeah, I would like to hear what you think regarding all of this, and let's have a great discussion. Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of this video. I really hope you found it to be informative. And I am Count Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you in the next one.